We all love stories. Most people love to read them, but there are few who would prefer to listen. So, for those of you who prefer to listen, this is for you. Welcome to the Bible Stories. My name is Liz Kanyi, and I'll be your host.
Thank you for joining the Bible Stories, home of Bible stories told in an African way and with an African touch. So glad that you could join us. So last time we left off where Daniel gave a prophetic word to Belshazzar, King Belshazzar, if we must. And that very night he was assassinated and a new king took over. This new king was called Darius. So we switch over to the next chapter and Darius becomes the king of very many provinces. So it pleased Darius to set up 120 governors and satraps. That is what they called them. I think these were governors were in charge of protectorates. I guess that is what works with us, at least those of us who did that sort of history. So anyway, he had 120 of them. And Daniel was one of them. So the king really loved Daniel, that he wanted to place him. Is it to place? He wanted to make him the leader of all these other governors. Do you think the others were happy? They were so jealous. So what did they do? They wanted to do something to, I don't think it was all of them, but the ones who were near the citadel where the king was, King Darius and Daniel, they were in the same vicinity. So these governors, they looked into Daniel's life. They wanted him not to get this job, this promotion, if we must. So they looked into his life and they said Daniel was excellent. Daniel was a man of integrity. There is no way they were going to find anything to use against him apart from something to do with his religion, because they knew that he served the God of heaven and earth. So they went to the king with a plan. And the plan was to speak to the king and ask him to issue a decree. Mind you, these guys know the ways of the Medes and the Persians. So one of their laws stated that no decree could be repealed. So whatever has been said, whatever has been decreed, it must hold. So they went to the king and they told him, let everybody worship you for 30 days. Nobody should worship any other god but you. If anyone does not worship you or worships any other god, just one day out of these 30 days, they should be killed. And the king thought, people are going to worship me. He said yes. So he used his signet ring and he signed this into law. Then these guys, they went out to look for Daniel. So the decree has been made and everybody knows. That very day, Daniel went to his house and as usual, he prayed 3 times a day. And he would pray by the window facing Jerusalem because that is where the temple was. And those days, they used to go to Jerusalem to worship. So he was facing Jerusalem. These guys saw that. And quickly they rushed to the king and they told him, didn't you say that nobody should worship any other god apart from you for these 30 days? Yes. There's a guy called Daniel. He has been praying 3 times a day facing Jerusalem and he was praying to another god, not to you. And Darius, at once, he gets shocked. He's like, what? Because he liked Daniel. He really loved him. So he tried the whole day. He tried to see, I'm sure he was calling all the scribes, all the lawyers to see how can we go around this thing and Daniel doesn't have to die. But nothing could be done. In the evening, these guys came and told him, remember, the laws of the Persians and the Medes state that a decree can never be repealed. So sadly, the king ensured that Daniel was thrown into a den of lions. He was very sad as he was doing this, but his hands were tied. So Daniel was put into the den, and then the king said to him, Daniel, may the God whom you diligently serve save you. And this guy was affected. He could not sleep that night. He did not have any music. He was out there thinking. I guess he was very, very sad. The morning came, and he rushed to the den, and he shouted, "Daniel, did the God you serve save you?" And Daniel answered, "Long live King Darius. Yes, my God saved me. He closed the mouths of the lions." And quickly, the stone was removed and Daniel was pulled out. And then guess what happened? You remember those guys who came up with this plan to destroy Daniel? Guess what happened to them? They were thrown into the very den, them with their wives and their children. And guess what? They did not even reach the bottom of that den. The lions ziliwachangamkia proper and broke their bones. And that is the end of today's story. Till next time, the Lord bless you.